The Sofia Gray Show.
Hello, listeners and kinky friends. Welcome to the Sofia Gray Show, where we discuss all things sex, kinks, and fetishes. From the sex stories to the latest trends in the erotic world, we talk taboo transparently. This podcast is brought to you by Sofia Gray, the largest used underwear marketplace. I'm Lacey Bloom.
And I'm Tracy Bust.
And today we gonna get down with ourselves.
I know. Down with ourselves, but with each other, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes. What's that? There's that amazing Lizzo song that's like secretly about masturbation.
Oh, really?
So it's the one, lingerie. It's
yeah.
Like, lay around in my lingerie. Okay, I shouldn't be allowed to sing Lizzo because I'm not Lizzo.
What?
Reveal for the episode. I am not Lizzo.
This whole time. No, we are talking today about something called mutual masturbation. So I feel like, when you hear the word masturbation, you usually think it's like something you do by yourself. It's something that people do alone when it's not, with another person. But I want to open your minds up to the idea of masturbating with your partner. You and your partner or more people are all together and you're masturbating, and you might think like, why would you do that? But there are so many sexy reasons why you should.
Yes. I'm a fan. I'm totally a fan because and I'm sure we'll talk about this, but I find it so intimate to masturbate with a partner. Like,
absolutely.
I mean, because when you masturbate, it's like this intimate moment that is usually just for you. So like the fact that you can share those intimate moments with somebody else, I mean, to me, I find that just as intimate, if not more intimate than sex.
Absolutely. Because you are revealing so much about yourself to your partner, about what you like, what turns you on. And you're letting them into your soul a little bit, of like, this is the movements that I like this is the amount of friction, this is the rate, this is how fast, this is how slow, like this is the actual spot, like this is what I like to do, this is what I like to use, like it's just all these different things where you're really getting into like what your partner and what your own like carnal pleasures are.
Yeah.
One reason to experiment with mutual masturbation is that, like, I feel like if your goal in a sexual experience is to orgasm, you are like, I want to have an orgasm, I want to feel good. For me, and I don't know for other people, but like I'm always guaranteed a pretty good orgasm with mutual masturbation with my partner.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Because let's face it, you know your body probably better than anybody else does.
Absolutely. And if it's like you have like, you this pent up energy that you need to release, that like you just know you need to like come right now and right here. Like, you have it. You will have a good time.
Amen.
And here's another reason for mutual masturbation, which kind of like, I was like, oh yeah, I guess that's a good point. I know that some people either like period sex or they don't like period sex. I'm not the biggest fan of it personally, but when I still want to like be together with a partner and have a sexual experience with a partner, I usually find mutual masturbation is like more comfortable for me, at least. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with having sex on your period. It's just not for me.
Yeah. Oh no, for sure. Because I am usually like especially horny when I'm on my period. And I know for some people it's right before, it's right after, it's, for some people it's all the time, which let's face it is also true.
Good for you.
But I hate this idea that like if you're on your period, if you're somebody that menstruates, that that means I'm out of commission, I'm not allowed to have sex this week. Like that's so outdated. It's just such, and if you don't want to have sex, I mean, that's one thing, but saying that because you have a period, you can't have sex is just not the right way to think about it.
Yeah, and it's also false, like there are ways to have sex on your period. But again, but like, it doesn't mean that you can't have an orgasm when you're on your period or, whatever.
Oh no.
And
I have some of my best orgasms on my period.
Yeah. And it's actually good. Like, I enjoy mutual masturbation on my period as opposed to sex, but I also enjoy like any type of masturbation while I'm on my period because it does help with cramps. I think it relaxes your muscles a bit. And I will say that this can also like extend to not just your period, but like, let's say that like you are dealing with an injury, you're some sort of, I'm not saying that like being on your period is a medical issue, but like, let's say you have been dealing with a medical issue and you don't want to like launch into sex right away. You want to kind of lean into it. I think like, given that you have more control over your own body, like mutual masturbation could be a great way to like get things going again when you're healing.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, when it comes to period sex or like period masturbation, I think a lot of people are worried about making a mess. Yeah. And first of all, let's just admit the fact that sex is messy 24/7. Yeah. But also that, that's such a quick fix. Like it could be a towel down on the bed. For me, I love having period sex or mutual masturbation sessions in the shower when I'm on my period.
That's a great idea. Yeah.
And we've talked about how, when you're in the shower, bath, and there's water, there's less lubrication. But because I'm on my period, I'm usually like extra lubricated in my vagina. So I mean, that's something that I love, or like going down on my partner in the shower while masturbating.
Ooh, yeah.
God, talk about a sick Friday night.
That's sick Friday night.
Sick. It's so sick. It's dope.
Well, speaking about sick Friday nights, I do think that like, but like sick, not like sick. If you need to mix things up with your sex life, if things are getting a little too routine, I think mutual masturbation could be an easy way without thinking too much of different things you can do just to like change things up a bit.
Yeah, Masturbation Monday.
Yeah, Masturbation Monday. Masturbate with each other. It's like, it is a fascinating experience to watch your partner masturbate and have someone watch you masturbate. It's like it's one of the reasons they're here, but it's like live porn.
Yes, I'm a fan. Well, and okay, speaking of live porn, I feel like this is probably one of the more common experiences people in relationships or, just looking for a good time have had during the COVID quarantine. Because webcam dates and, cam sex.
Yes, webcam sex is like, that's mutual masturbation too. Like, it's not, you know what I mean? Like that is also a way to mutually masturbate.
Heck yeah. So I think this is great for, whether you're with your partner side by side or if you're, at a distance because you can't be with them, or maybe this is, just a stranger that you're excited to watch on the internet. And hell, I mean, throw in some remote controlled toys. We know that those are out there, and, your partner can decide whether or not you come or when you come, when you throw some toys in the mix.
Yeah. And so aside from it being like very erotic to watch someone come and to watch someone you love come or your partner come or whoever, you're also learning about how your partner wants to be touched. I think that like clitorises and vaginas, and what am I saying? They're complicated organs, and there are so many different like types of strokes, types of areas that people, because it has like, clits have like a gazillion million nerve endings.
Oh yeah.
So there's like so many different like areas that a person would prefer to be touched, would prefer not to be touched, how they want to be touched. And so watching your partner show you where they like can be so good for your sex life.
Oh yeah, agreed, for sure.
Okay, so another thing that mutual masturbation helps with is if you want to like up your dirty talk game.
This is ticking all my boxes. Like, oh God, I just honestly, I feel like if I had mutual masturbation for the rest of my life, and that was like the entirety of my sexual experiences, I'd be perfectly happy.
Yeah, because it is like this like quick, it is this challenge of like, okay, you can't touch the other person, but you have to turn them on and you have to use your words to turn them on. And it's like, it forces you to kind of, you know, up your game a little bit.
Yeah, it's so erotic. And especially, I mean, the whole idea of like, and I know that this will tie into your next point about BDSM, but it so ties into this whole idea of like, especially if you're mutually masturbating with somebody that's right there in the room with you, that you can talk dirty to them and you can tell them things and you have the power to touch them. Like they are right there.
Yeah.
But just the like self-control and controlling yourself and limiting yourself and limiting what your partner is allowed to do, you know, it's just, oh God. I mean, I think that is just chef's kiss right there.
So yeah, like I feel like with that, using mutual masturbation as a way to introduce yourself to a BDSM persona could be key. If you are feeling a little nervous, it's your first time, having like a dominant, like if you want to try being submissive, having your dom focus on masturbation techniques versus maybe more physical contact could probably put you at ease. For example, like if you want to try being restrained, but you're a little nervous about being restrained with another person at that point, restraining your ankles and then having your partner instruct you how to masturbate could be like a way in that could like just give you a sense of like, okay, this is what this is what part of my body feels like when I'm being restrained. Like now I can just take it step by step. Because I know some people like when they want to enter the world of BDSM, like they want to take things step by step. And I think mutual masturbation is a great thing to remember.
Yeah. Well, and also if you think about it, there is like the aspect of voyeurism too. And I mean, we know that so many people have a voyeuristic kink. It's so common. And so the idea of having somebody watch you, but like they're right there, that it's I think a really easy way to step into voyeurism, you know, as opposed to like, you know, being a cam model or putting yourself on the internet or going to a party. Like this is a much simpler, smaller way to, you know, get involved with, you know, BDSM, but also with voyeurism.
Yeah, absolutely. And I also think like it is also a way for you to like try out new kinks too. Like if let's say you want to try out wax play, and you know there's probably a lot going on in your brain, like you have your partner but then you also want to figure out the wax thing, like you know you can do one at a time. Like when I tried nipple clamps for the first time, I did it alone, and even though it's just like nipple clamps whatever, it just like helped me like kind of just get used to the sensation before I could like invite my partner with me, if that makes any sense.
Oh, for sure. Well, and you mentioned wax play, and like I know that's not everyone's thing. Like not everybody wants to have wax dripped on them or drip them on their partner. But if your partner were to say, I would love to drip wax on myself, I mean, I don't know anybody who would say no. You know,
absolutely.
I think a lot of people could definitely get off on and enjoy watching their partner enjoy this kink or fetish that they're really into without necessarily having to be a part of it. Like just watching can be a part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Another thing that could be fun with mutual masturbation, like we mentioned, like it could spice things up, but I think it could also spice things up when it comes to having a quickie. Because I think there's like multiple reasons. One, it's different than just like, you know, having quick sex, but then also like you are, again, you know your body best, you guarantee your orgasm if you just need to do like a quick one and done thing with your partner. And it just like, again, like it mixes things up. So I would consider like if you just like have like, you know, a short amount of time, just watch each other masturbate and then like go on for the rest of your day.
Yeah, just go about your Tuesday. We've covered like 3 days of the week at this point.
I know, all the days. So if you're like thinking like, oh my God, what do I do? Do we just like sit there and like masturbate? Like, what do we do? Like,
just sit and stare at each other.
You just sit and stare. Like, no, you can still, they're like, it's not awkward at all. Like, trust me, it's not awkward at all. There's like there's like a few different things that you could do where you can take 2 chairs and you can face each other and you can like look at each other as you bring yourself to climax. One thing that I really like is lying on bed next to a partner, either side by side or facing each other.
Yeah.
And we watch each other bring each other, or like we watch each other climax. If you like want to get in the mood and you want to show your partner that you're in a mood in a non-verbal way, you can just start masturbating and then they'll like get the hint and it'll be like, oh, cool. Kind of like you're Netflixing and chilling and you're getting to the chill part.
I like that. And you know what's great about like, we'll just call it the Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
Because that's really funny. But I like that too, because I feel like it could also be sort of like a fun role play game sort of situation if you want to like, you know, you guys are watching TV and, you know, you just kind of like slide your fingers into your panties and start rubbing yourself. And it's almost like a game of like, when will they notice? How long can you pleasure yourself without them finding out? And then when they do find out, they could either join in and start masturbating themselves, because I mean, let's face it, like a lot of the times if we see like somebody we love, our partner, whoever it is next to us masturbating, the possibility of them not wanting to join in or not being in the mood at that point, I feel like is going to be pretty low.
Right.
So
yeah.
If nothing else, they can watch you masturbate and bring yourself to orgasm. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a fan of the whole Netflix and chill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And one thing to keep in mind is that like mutual masturbation is foreplay, you know, like don't let it, like, it's not like you're not going to have sex. Like it's just, you could use it to your advantage in so many different scenarios, whether it's all you do or it's just one thing that you do that evening.
Yeah, it can be the appetizer, but it can also be the whole main course.
Exactly. Another way to masturbate with your partner, you guys can watch porn together. I think that could be fun.
Yeah.
You know, it's a different type of Netflix and chill. Pornhub and Rub, I guess. Is that what it is? Yeah.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah, I'm a
Rub.
fan. Well, and honestly, you know, just as much as I love masturbating with a partner, I really do like watching porn with a partner because it kind of shows me what they're into, or like maybe something that like they want to try with me, but like they didn't know how to express it. But by showing me what they like, you know, that's something that, oh, I didn't know you were into that. Like, let's give that a go. So yeah, I think it's a great thing for couples, especially to try.
Totally. And another thing that you can do, we talked about being blindfolded on one episode, and you could there's something fun to like blindfolding yourself and then listening to your partner masturbate and just like getting in the sense of like listening to their breathing, listening to the sounds, you know, just like experiencing their pleasure through a different perspective via your ears or your hands.
Live audio porn.
Yeah, it is live audio porn, and everyone loves audio porn these days. So
oh yeah, for sure. And if it's happening right next to you, again, it's that whole idea of like, I know it's right here and like I could touch and indulge if I want, but I can also just enjoy it and listen and, you know, touch myself to the sound of their moans, you know, without really seeing it's that whole heightened senses by like removing one of your senses.
Totally. Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Yeah. And Lacey, you mentioned masturbating in the shower while giving someone a blowjob, like or performing oral sex on someone, and that was also a different position you can do. Like if you are like, you know, giving someone oral sex and you can masturbate, like it's there are no rules, I guess, you know, is
sure
the thing. But that said, there is etiquette. Definitely bring it up with your partner, you know, if it's something that like you want to communicate with first. Just it doesn't have to be big, but you could just be like, hey, what are you interested in masturbating together? And then like they'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. Because remember, the key word is mutual.
Right. Because I mean, it's all well and good to, again, if you're this bold and comfortable with your lover that you can just start masturbating while watching Netflix, like that, kudos to you. But and again, I do think you'll probably get a positive response from it. That being said, I mean, I do think most of the time it's probably good to at least mention something, just so everybody's in on the game. Like for me, it's as simple as if you are in the middle of foreplay, laying next to each other on the bed, you can say, look, hey, I really want to watch you get off while I touch myself. Like it's as simple as that. One sentence.
Yeah. And I think it all goes to the larger idea of like getting rid of the stigma of masturbation, that it's pathetic, that it's, sinful and dirty. Like, I think like, even though this is mutual masturbation, not masturbation alone, like it's still, you still need to do some thought processing here and just like even if in general we don't find it shameful at all, it's still like the fact that it is like this weird thing to think about and bring it up, like it is like getting past this stigma, even if it exists inside of your brain in like the most like infinitesimal form.
Yeah, again, shame culture, like it's, I don't know, it's just been perpetuated for so long that it's we might feel perfectly fine in, our sexual habits, whether we're by ourselves or with our partner. But I feel like too often we do have like this shame stigma attached to it that just should not be there, and it's a lot of the times it's just subconscious. So, but the more we talk about these things and the more we try these things, or at least have conversations about them, then we can erase those stigmas and normalize what is normal to begin with.
And I think this also extends to the idea of using toys, whether it's, using your vibrator, using your dildo, using your fleshlight. Don't be afraid to watch a partner use toys on themselves or use the toy on your partner.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Yeah, because the even though you are... this is masturbation, that doesn't mean there's no touching. Like, you can still kiss, you can still caress. Like, all of those things are all available. There's like, basically there's no rules.
Yeah. Oh, no, for real. As long as everyone is enjoying themselves, that is all that matters.
That is right. Whether you're looking to buy or sell used panties, Sofia Gray has got you covered. If you want to earn some extra cash, you can set up your own shop in minutes and start selling your own used underwear. And they take no commission. You'll keep 100% of every single sale that you make.
If you've got a kink for used panties and you're looking to buy your next pair, look no further. And the whole process is completely anonymous. Sofia Gray will never share, store, or archive your personal information. The name Sofia Gray won't even appear on your bank receipt. So head on over to sofiagray.com to start selling or buying used panties now.
If you're a fan of the podcast, we hope you'll subscribe on your favorite podcast streaming platform. You can also leave us a review on Apple Podcasts to let us know what you think. And while you're at it, feel free to share your feedback or questions by sending us an email to podcast@sofiagray.com. Until next time, I'm Tracy Buss.
And I'm Lacey Bloom.
And we're here to say, let them be kinky. There is no kink shaming here.